So my optometrist says I should wear these glasses all the time, but as you can see here, the glare from my excellent lighting makes that pretty much impossible, but guess what? I can see pretty well anyway. What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slick, and welcome back to my 2K16 Let's Play My Career Ebenezer's Revenge for the PS4 on a fine Wednesday evening. I'm a bit behind schedule today, as always. I seem to be a bit behind schedule, so let's get into it with Roman Reigns. Hopefully have 2 matches today. Why the hell am I curtain jerking in the first match on the card? That's kind of nonsense, but sure, whatever. Let's deal with this shit. So welcome to Wednesday. We are here once again. My voice is kind of shot. Oh, Des Press. But hey, what else is new? And didn't really see any news stories to discuss that seemed of any importance, but we are still in that, post-Mania time of year, and so certainly there are things to discuss in kind of an overarching creative cutter fashion as we hopefully destroy. Now, last time I fought Roman Reigns, man, the game wanted him to look real strong. So whether or not I can actually defeat him in a timely fashion and have a second match today, I think last time it was like 17 minutes to beat him or something like that, something fucking insane like that. So I will do my best here to eliminate the Samoan badass, the wild Samolean, according to Booker T, and do that. But yeah, so I guess we're kind of had to get used to the idea of him as your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and that his number one contender is AJ Styles, who I'm sure he will handily defeat. And as I discussed in my Raw reactions video, if you haven't watched that, go watch that. I feel like they're going to just spend the next, I don't know, let's say between now and SummerSlam, they're going to spend time having him fight a different guy each month, having these like 1 month feuds, and having him, defeat Styles and defeat Owens and defeat Cesaro and defeat, all the guys that the fans actually like, as they attempt to, shove him down your throat, more or less, because he is the guy. He is, not a good guy, not a bad guy. He is the guy, and I feel like that may or may not backfire. Like certainly, if your actual intent here is to get him over as a face and make the fans actually give a shit about him, having him fight guys that the internet likes a whole lot, and these crowds certainly, like AJ Styles, even internet notwithstanding, people like AJ Styles. He's pretty good. So there's no way that Roman Reigns gets face cheers in that match at Extreme Rules. Had you had him fight Jericho as his first, competitor, Jericho is a heel, whereas Styles is certainly not a heel. So that's kind of a weird booking, but as I said in my Raw reactions, if your intention with Roman Reigns is to have him be a guy who is the champion and just does not give a fuck what you think of him, and doesn't really have a face, heel, my balls, alignment, then that, might actually work for his character, where he just kind of smirks, and I hate when he fucking smirks, but I think that could work in terms of, okay, like, I'm not going to get behind him, but that could work for him, in terms of, how he is portrayed in storylines. Like, just, yeah, like, I'm that good, I don't care what you think, type character. Like, that I think could actually work. And I'm hoping that's the direction they go. They don't have him doing jokey-ass fucking John Cena promos. Suffer and succotash, tater tots, fucking bullshit. Just have him do his promos short, to the point, and poignant. Like, that's all he needs. And failing that, just have him punch people. Because he's pretty good at that. Just have him punch people. Like, that's all I'm asking. Really. So, whether or not they actually go through with that, we'll see. Oh, reverse the finisher. Like, literally just gave him an F5, and he reverses the finisher. Like a fucking schmuck. Oh, man. Up in the air for a spear. I'm actually impressed by that. I'm not gonna lose to Roman Reigns. Come on now. I hope not. Not gonna make him look that strong. So yeah. Oh, I did see actually. I'm sorry. There was a blip of a news story in that apparently on social media, Brie Bella has officially announced her retirement, more or less, and that she is done with wrestling. And I suppose that is cause for some celebration, because that means I mean, she was never a good wrestler. Let's not like. Regardless of what she is as a person, she was never a good wrestler, and that's kind of just a fact. Although I will say, her final moments there actually put on a fucking amazing yes lock. Like, that was really good. I will give her that. But Ebenezer. But it's interesting that she really didn't get that stuff on TV. So it seems like they're saving it for the next season of Total Divas. Her retirement stuff. So that'll be interesting. And it was way easier this time to put away Roman Reigns. I did not make him look strong, although that launching spear was pretty good. Authority order failed. Who gives a shit? Alright, actually going to attempt to get to a second match today, or a run-in, or, whatever the hell is going to happen on Raw for the third week of May in 2018. Who am I fighting? Oh, it's another ex-Shield guy. It's the lunatic fringe, Dean Ambrose. Ambrose? I can't talk today. 3 running moves. I can do 3 running moves. That is a thing I can actually do. So, let us check the current rankings here. I'm curious as to who's where. We got Lesnar, Sheamus, Brie, Reigns, Show, Rollins, Henry, Ryback, Orton, and Ambrose is number 10. And, Rollins and... Oh, the only guy ranked higher than me in the ratings is Brock Lesnar, because obviously it's Brock Lesnar, so... That is unsurprising in its unsurprisingness. But, seriously, this is rival event. This is my issue here, and it was an issue in real life with CM Punk for almost a year. Like, why am I curtain jerking? I'm the world champion. I should be involved in main event shit. God damn it. So that's just video game reflecting real life, I guess. It's stupid. So, curious by his absence on Raw this week was John Cena. And that leads me to believe that John Cena, not actually healthy enough to come back yet, might actually be out until the summer. Because I think the most telling thing about his WrestleMania thing there is that he didn't have new merchandise. Cena, every 6-7 months, has all brand new merchandise, and that spurs on sales from the kids on his new merchandise. And he didn't have any new merchandise. WrestleMania wasn't on Raw. And to me, that says he's not back anytime soon. If he was back, he would have been on Raw, and he would have had new merch. But none of that. Instead, we got, a bunch of NXT guys getting called up, which is great, fresh talent. But, it leads us to wonder, what's going to happen to guys like, Goldust and R-Truth weren't on Raw at all, Dean Ambrose. I mean, Dean Ambrose you can understand because, he had to sell that beating from Brock Lesnar, which honestly, I expected more of that match. It wasn't great. It was okay. But for, a Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose street fight, and the build-up for that match was pretty good. The match kind of didn't deliver. It was kind of a 10-minute whatever. And that's kind of disappointing. So, there's that. But obviously, you're not going to have Brock back until they want to set up his next feud, whenever the hell that's going to be. There are still persistent rumors that Brock's going to fight Braun Strowman at SummerSlam, and that would be a fucking shit show. Whether or not I end up going to SummerSlam, hey, stranger things have happened, but I've been kind of broke for kind of a long time, and affording wrestling tickets is not really high on my priority when video games keep coming out. And it's yeah, well, you can go make videos. And I'm those videos won't pay enough for those tickets. Believe me, I wish they would. But, where I'm at here is kind of not where I would like to be. But hey, oh, he reversed it. Holy shit. That was, neat. I appreciate that is in the game, because you don't see it very often. Hey, Dean Ambrose, remember this? Remember this? Oh, he reversed it. He remembered that, and he reversed it. The other thing I wanted to kind of get into a little bit, that I didn't even mention in my Raw reactions. So this is kind of brand new. Oh, shit. Brand new for you guys, in not having mentioned it, is that I totally spaced on the fact that they announced a guest host or a guest star for Raw on next week. And that would be Dr. Phil. Why in the fuck is Dr. Phil guest hosting or guest starring on Raw next week? What possible brand synergy are you going to have with WWE and Dr. Phil? Now, it would have made sense if you had Dr. Phil when you had Team Hell No, all the stuff with Dr. Shelby and their anger management. That would have made sense. It would have made sense to have Dr. Phil when you were doing that whole feud between Brie and Nikki Bella. Would have made sense. No. So, he's going to appear on Raw. Apparently, his son has a band. They're also going to appear on Raw as a hardcore, handsome heart. It's some HH thing. And that's going to be dumb. I don't like having musical acts on Raw unless they're the actual act that performs the song. Like, at WrestleMania, Sasha Banks had the chick who sings the song and had Snoop Dogg, and that's fine. I always approve of having your music being performed live as you walk to the ring. That shit is always cool. It's always cool. But having a musical interlude on your wrestling show, I've never liked. It's always been kind of stupid. So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do there. I'm curious to see what kind of fucking nonsense that Dr. Phil's going to bring to Raw. And I'm curious to see if that's just going to be a whole big, can it be any worse than when they had Kathy Lee and Hoda? That was a terrible fucking guest. That was a terrible fucking segment. That was just, I don't know where they're at next week. I'm not sure what town they're in next week, but that all seems like a bad idea. And certain towns are just going to, unless they're backstage segments, and then, you can kind of mitigate some stuff with guest hosts if you only have them backstage. When you get them in a ring, in front of a live crowd, and they're not used to being in front of that kind of environment, things can just go very, very shitty. And speaking of very shitty, man, Dean Ambrose is putting up more of a fight than Roman Reigns did. But here you go, Dean. Nope, reversed it again. Alright, so apparently Dean Ambrose has goddamn superpowers here and is not going to let me win. He wants to do his dirty deeds to Ebenezer. And I'd rather not lose to Dean Ambrose, but there you go, dirty deeds. Done dirt cheap. What a maneuver. Announcers can't even call the damn move, which is frustrating. I haven't been able to get in one fucking signature and one finisher yet, and I don't understand why. Dean Ambrose just totally, he's owning this match. He wants to get out of that number 10 position. But again, does it matter? I'm the champ. I'm in a feud with Brock Lesnar. Win, lose, or draw, does it actually matter what I do here? Theoretically, I can get disqualified every fucking match, and it wouldn't matter, because it's not for the title. That should theoretically only happen at pay-per-views, because it doesn't happen on Raw, or, it doesn't happen on TV that often anymore, and I would imagine the game would reflect that. You would think. I could be wrong. I've certainly been wrong before. But hey, what are you going to do as I fight off of Dean Ambrose here? And hopefully, if I hit, where his health is at, if I hit one signature and one finisher, he's done. I just haven't been able to do it. He keeps fucking reversing it. And I know some of you are saying, well, turn back on the limited, blah, blah, blah. Look, if I had back on the limited reversals playing on hard, I would lose every match. So, I'm not going to turn that back on. That's a dumb, like, it's not a feature that I like. And much like chain wrestling, features that I don't like, I turn off. God damn it. The hell, nope. I reversed that. Fuck you, Dean Ambrose. The opportunity. Nope. I don't think the ref would have seen that rope break, so thankfully I actually managed to get that shit done in a timely. God damn it, Dean Ambrose, fuck you, punching me. Oh no, he's gonna do his top rope standing elbow, or nope, too late. He is just going to town on old Uncle Ebenezer here, and it is frustrating to a large degree. So, this has been a war. Side Russian leg sweep. Picking him up. Alright, Dean. Remember that? It's a fucking F5, you piece of shit. Now then. Charged finisher. The old Ebenezer. And this should put away the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. If it doesn't, I'm screwed. There we go. It took longer to take out Dean Ambrose than it did to take out Roman Reigns. What does that fucking tell you? I have no idea what it tells you. This game's weird. It seems to operate on its own fucking set of rules. And hey, I got my authority reward. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, now it did say there was a rival event here, so we're going to simulate until we hit that rival event and watch that shit go down as Brock fights. Man, I wish that match happened. I think that match could have been really cool. That really is the shittiest part about Daniel Bryan retiring, is there are so many guys that he could have had amazing matches with, and he's just, you know, not going to. Like, him and Nakamura, him and AJ Styles, him and Sami Zayn. Now, obviously, you know, he's wrestled a lot of those guys in his indie days, and, you know, those matches are out there. But seeing them on, like, a big show, like, you know, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Rumble, you know, seeing them on a big WWE pay-per-view, you know, and introducing those fans to those matches could have been amazing. And at this point, it's, you know, hey, in the video game, what could have been, because it's not, you know, not going to happen. But also, we're not going to watch this match, so I'm just going to hit options and then hit quit. And that'll be that. And here's the end of the match, where Ebenezer is going to interfere or distract your boy, Bork Laser, who is apparently easily distracted and for some reason does not have Paul Heyman at ringside. When has he not had Paul Heyman ringside since he came back? Like, seriously. That's always the case. Paul Heyman's at ringside. That's kind of his job. And that will wrap it up for the day. I finally got in 2 matches on a 2K16 MyCareer. Hey, John Cena versus Taker. Perhaps that's going to be the Mania match next year, if both those guys can manage to not get hurt for the next 360-something days. And hey, I'm fighting Daniel Bryan, because, you know, that, I guess, makes sense. Sure, why not? Head Health Red, that'll be tomorrow here on my 2K16 MyCareer. Let's play Ebony's Revenge. I'm Attack Slug. As always, thanks for watching. Tune in for more videos every day. Leave a comment if you want. That'd be cool. I'm going to put these glasses back on and see this glare from these. There's a light there and a light there. And that's my lighting. And it's pretty cool. And I like it. But I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. Every day, more videos. And I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.